All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Blue draw forfeit. Clear. Mike 50, Mike 50. No change.
Jones on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
64.
Throwing again. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
80 weapon.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, dribble it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tomlinson. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top. 31 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. It's Mixon on the counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on 3rd down. Tomlinson flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And Rosas puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check 13. Check 13. 24 is the mic. 43. 43. 24 is the mic.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Echo.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Go. Eat. 15. It's our deal. Hey, it's our round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Come on, baby.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Slam. Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
15. You got 3 down.
On the draw, this is Smith. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57. Here we go. 57's the mic, Rock 57. All day. 15. Smoke.
On 2nd and 2, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
First down, Giants.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got. Speed grip.
From the gun, Tomlinson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Operating from the gun, Tomlinson. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Give them 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Shoot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Attack. Check me out. He's crashing. He's checking crash. From there. Switch gears. He's 15.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Slam. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back. Line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 32.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Now Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Throwing to start the drive. Tomlinson eluding the pressure right. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The dump off good for 8 there on first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Hey, check. 3 down.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Rosas' kick is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Smith. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
15.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
57. Mike, 57.
Yellow.
Go full strength. 57's Mike. Mike, 57.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, 43, 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bravo.
Here's 2nd and 8. Completes it to Aguilar. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes firing complete, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You're not ready. Right, check 33. 33. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. A little flare. A little flare. Flare.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37.
Matchbox lights.
Bandit. Bandit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw. Tomlinson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They go play fake. Mahomes forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly.
24 is the mic. I'm on.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
65.
Off play action. Tomlinson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tomlinson. Caught by Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
On the doubles. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Okay, double.
Back to throw. Tomlinson. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Intercepted by the Giants. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. It's hauled in by Shepard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Go! Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Tomlinson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. 3rd down here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 8 yards brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the run, watch the run.
Box track. Check, 55 to Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Come on, come on. Yellow. Crunch.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
56 is the mic. Let's go, D. Let's go. Let's go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Once again, they run with Mixon. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Okay, break.
50, Mike, 50.
Down to lose 1.
Check 37, check 37.
Smooth draw Corkers.
No.
5.
On 1st and 10, Tomlinson. It's complete, left side to Aguilar. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tomlinson, he completes it to Tate. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26.
1st down, Giants.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Back to throw. Tomlinson, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today.
This is caught inside the 15. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 62 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mahomes going to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.